Hey y'all, my name is Meredith and today I'm going to be showing you all things gluten-free at Secrets Royal Beach in Punta Cana. I got married on June 18th, 2022, and we just got back from our honeymoon in the Dominican Republic, and I'm excited to tell you all about the things that I ate and drank. We stayed in a preferred club room, so we had access to a couple different areas that regular guests do not, and I will talk about those a little bit later. But we stayed in a junior suite king bed swim out room. Here's the pool where we could swim out to. We absolutely loved the hotel. We did a couple of excursions. This video is going to be about food, but if you have any questions about the hotel or the amenities or activities, then let me know in the comments below. Let's get started with the La Riviera International Buffet. It is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We did not ever go here for dinner. We did pop in and look around, but we mostly just went for breakfast and lunch. This is a huge buffet with so many options. There was several things to eat that were gluten-free. There were not a ton of specialty gluten-free items, but for the most part, there's a lot of naturally gluten-free things here. When you enter the restaurant, you give the hostess your room number and then you get to pick your seat. You will have a server for most of your beverage items, but everything else is self-service. At breakfast, they always had an egg special, so on this day, it was a fried egg. I got a build your own omelet every single day with sriracha, a side of bacon or something, and then they had gluten-free bread every day as well. This seemed to be one of the only gluten-free options that they had that was a specialty item, and it was this gluten-free baguette, and I think I got it at every restaurant I went to. They also had chocolate gluten-free muffins, or as it lists on the side, sin gluten, as in gluten-free. I always had quite a bit of fruit at breakfast because they had some exotic fruits like passion fruits and dragon fruits and stuff that I just normally wouldn't buy. Every item had a menu tag. Not every item had the allergens listed. Some things would have a little gluten-free icon like you can see here for the potatoes, but not all the items would, and there would be things that were very obviously gluten-free that wouldn't have that little icon, so there was more options than it seemed at first. Okay, I don't know who's eating this stuff for breakfast, maybe the Europeans, but they had plenty of raw fish for breakfast, if that's what you're into. They also had charcuterie, which I think is also a European thing where people eat meat and cheese for breakfast. Not my thing, but if it's your thing, they had plenty of it. Moving on to lunch, they always had the meat and cheese options for lunch as well, so if you wanted to grab a gluten-free baguette and make a sandwich, you could. They always had a leafy green salad. I, for one, I think I ate tacos every single day for lunch. They also had several different salads. This was a quinoa salad, and then they always had ice cream, which I really liked. Barefoot Grill was the second lunch option at Secrets. I, for one, did not enjoy the Barefoot Grill. Not much here that you can eat. They had salads and they had some basic items like hot dogs and hamburgers, but I definitely think there's a big risk with cross-contamination because I saw them grilling the buns for the burgers on the same grill as the cheeseburger, so I wouldn't recommend it. They did have a side of white rice and potatoes and veggies if you wanted to eat that, or again, you could make a salad, but nothing special. Moving on to dinner and table service restaurants. The table service restaurants were only open for dinner. They all have a different theme. This one was El Patio or El Patio. It was Mexican. Anytime you go to a table service restaurant and go to the hostess stand, they will ask you if you have an allergy. So I always said, yes, I do. And all of their menus are on a QR code. Now, this is an inclusive hotel, so everything's included. We got the corn chips with guacamole and pico de gallo, and then I ordered the chicken fajitas for dinner. The homemade corn tortillas were so good. For dessert, we got a corn cake with a tequila whipped cream. I didn't much care for it, but my husband really liked it. Next is the Blue Water Grill. This was probably our least favorite table service restaurant, although it wasn't bad. If I wasn't gluten-free, this would probably have been my favorite menu because they had chicken wings and like a bloomin' onion and, you know, all those things that we can't have as gluten-free. Anyways, I digress. So I ordered the wedge salad for my appetizer. It's an iceberg wedge salad, cherry tomatoes, red onions, peppers, Parmesan cheese, scallions, bacon, and Caesar dressing. I've never had a wedge salad with Caesar dressing, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was light and crisp, and I liked that all the ingredients were cold. For my dinner, I ordered the honey and lime roasted chicken. It was roasted with herbs, lime, honey, and bacon. I have to admit, I don't think I tasted any honey in this, but I did really like it. You'll see in this next video that it just fell off the bone, kind of like rotisserie chicken, and I got mine with mashed potatoes. I really liked it. It just wasn't anything special. And then for dessert, we had creme brulee. This was not listed on the menu, but it was their gluten-free dessert option. I'm not a big creme brulee person, but it's always nice to have a sweet treat. Next is Himitsu, which was Asian fusion and definitely our favorite table service restaurant. They have two different types of dinner. They have their regular a la carte, or they have hibachi, and the hibachi you have to have a reservation for. The first time we went, we did a la carte. As soon as we sat down, they brought me some gluten-free soy sauce. I got the Thai chicken salad for my starter. It did not have dressing because the dressing wasn't gluten-free. And then I got a cucumber roll. I don't like seafood, especially not raw seafood. So I only got a cucumber roll, which I really enjoy veggie sushi because I just love wasabi and soy sauce. For my dinner, I got the shrimp pad thai without shrimp because I don't like seafood. But it was so good. I put some gluten-free soy sauce on it. It kind of tasted more like a peanut sauce than a pad thai sauce, but I really enjoyed it. We went back a few days later for our hibachi reservation. Again, as soon as I sat down, they brought me some gluten-free soy sauce. They also brought us sushi, which my husband ate the ones with fish in them, but there were a couple pieces of veggie sushi, so I had those. Our hibachi chef Yuri was awesome. So he made everything with just gluten-free soy sauce to start. So it was vegetables, fried rice, chicken, steak, and then shrimp, which I of course passed on. So he made everything with gluten-free soy sauce. He then fixed my plate and then made everyone else's with whatever other sauces, probably hoisin and fish sauce. So I got mine first because he made everything gluten-free for me, which was super nice. Mine was super tasty. I was pleasantly surprised by it. It's not every day that you can find gluten-free hibachi, so A+ in my book. Next is Bordeaux, which is French cuisine. This is the only restaurant where it is considered fancy or formal attire, so the men have to wear pants. Not exactly formal, but they just can't wear shorts. I really liked the ambiance in here. It was kind of like a wine cellar atmosphere. They brought me gluten-free baguette. They seem to have that at every restaurant. And then I got the beef tenderloin with potatoes au gratin, and it had herb butter on the beef tenderloin as well. I loved the beef tenderloin. Thought it was really great quality for an inclusive hotel. And then we got the creme brulee for dessert. The fifth and final table service restaurant is Olio. It's the only table service restaurant that is outside, but it's surprisingly very cool there in the evenings. It is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but for breakfast and lunch, it's only for the preferred club members. We did not eat breakfast here because it was just standard breakfast food, and why not go to the buffet? But we did go for lunch. I got the vegetables nikoi salad, which was kind of a weird salad. It was not what I was expecting. I just didn't really love the ingredients and didn't think it all went together, but maybe that's what a nikoi salad is. And then for lunch, I got the fish tacos Baja style. So they made them for me not fried, so they weren't tempura. And like I mentioned, I don't like seafood, but I wanted to try them because when in Rome, I didn't like them because I just can't get past the whole fish thing, but my husband said that they were some of the best fish tacos he's ever had. We went back for dinner on a different day, and they brought me another gluten-free baguette with some tomatoes and an olive tapenade. My husband and I shared two appetizers. We got the Italian cold and cured cuts, and then we also shared the Toscana salad, which I love an arugula salad, so this was a hit. And then for dinner, I originally ordered the beef tenderloin, and the manager came over and said they had some gluten-free pasta, so I had some gluten-free pasta and a beef tenderloin, so it was the same tenderloin as the night before. Now, we can't talk about an inclusive hotel without talking about alcohol because we drank so much while we were there. I had plenty of frozen drinks. My favorites were a Miami Vice, a frozen margarita, and of course, a pina colada. There was a drink of the day every single day, so we usually tried those. I drank a lot of pina coladas, and then you can purchase a bottle of wine while you're at dinner, like we did at Olio, which you maybe saw in the video, or you can just drink their house red and house white. One night we were walking to dinner and we stumbled upon a wine tasting. I love when that happens. And this was included in the inclusive price, of course, so we drank plenty of different kinds of wines. They also had some meat and cheese and olives as well. So that is everything that I ate and drank during my honeymoon at Secrets Royal Beach in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to know what you think if you go to Secrets Royal Beach in Punta Cana. Like I mentioned, if you have any questions about the hotel or any of the food options, please let me know in the comments below.